Good day, students. Welcome to Summer 2023. This is Dr. Mercado speaking. I am very excited to have you in my courses. This is going to be the course orientation part 1 video. I do have 3 videos included. The first part is just a general overview, a little bit of information about myself. The second part will deal with navigating Blackboard, and the third part will deal with creating your account and navigating Cengage. It is critical that you listen to all 3 orientation videos before you begin working on any of your assignments. Okay, so let's begin. Now this particular orientation is for all of my summer session courses. Okay, I will be teaching summer 1, summer 2, and summer 3. Okay, summer 1 is going to run from June the 5th, 2023 through July the 7th, 2023. Summer 2 is going to run from July 12, 2023 to August 11, 2023. So that is approximately about 5 weeks. Let me see. Let me look at my syllabus for a course there. They're very short, so it is very important that we really keep up. But I've got my syllabus built. Let me see. We have 3. Yeah, they're about 5 weeks in length for both summer 1 and summer 2. And then summer 3 is basically the total from summer 1 through summer 2. So summer 3 will run from June the 5th through August the 11th. Okay, so we're going to have approximately 10 weeks, I believe, for my summer 3 course. Let me just double check that for you. Yes, we will have 10 weeks for summer 3, 5 weeks for summer 1 and 2. Okay, so usually a semester is about 16, 17 weeks long. So just imagine doing the coursework for 16, 17 weeks in a 5-week time frame or a 10-week time frame. So that means that you are going to have a lot more work to do in a much shorter period of time. Okay, so it is very important that you stay organized. Okay, so these are the summer session schedules for all 3 summer sessions. Okay, now how are my courses going to be? Okay, my courses are asynchronous courses, which basically means we do not have a scheduled date or time to meet. I put all of my resources out there, and students go in there and they complete their assignments and their tasks as they can during a specific period of time. We do not meet, but you do have weekly deadlines that you do need to meet, so it is very important that you keep up with those deadlines. Okay, so there is no class time set. Everything is provided to you in Blackboard. The reading resources, recorded lectures, assignments, quizzes, everything is there, and you do it at your own pace. Okay, now I've had students like this course structure. Others prefer face-to-face courses. It's just up to the student's preference. But if you are taking an online asynchronous course, it is very important that you keep up with your assignments. Okay, even though they are very flexible. You can go in there and work on them, during the specified week. You do need to adhere to the deadlines, okay? So I've seen that these courses are great for those students that work. You know what? They get home and they work on their assignments late at night, or they work on their assignments early in the morning before they go to work, or they work on their assignments. Some of these assignments are extended up to the weekend, okay? So it just depends on the specific courses and the specific deadlines for that specific week, okay? But I've had students, do wonderful in these courses, but ultimately it is a student's responsibility to be accountable for all of their coursework. Okay, if you have questions, concerns, you can always reach out to me. Do not feel that because they're asynchronous, we're not meeting on a specified date and time, and we don't get to have that classroom environment that you're alone. No, that is not the case. You can always, choose to create study groups if you like with your peers, communicate with other students using Pronto or using, students usually create WhatsApp groups to stay connected. Whatever works for you, that is fine. I encourage students to work together. But my courses are asynchronous, which just basically means, because I get this question a lot, Miss, when are we going to meet? We do not meet. The material is provided to you, and it is up to you to complete the task for that week. I do post announcements reminding students of what's going to be happening during the week, but it is ultimately the student's responsibility to organize their time to make sure that they meet all of their deadlines. Okay. Okay, so like I previously stated, there are 3 orientation videos. This is the first one. The second part is going to deal with Blackboard. We're going to go over the Blackboard layout, the Start Here module, the course content, messages, announcements, and the gradebook. Okay. The third video deals with Cengage. Okay. Cengage is an application that we utilize to complete your assignments. Okay. Students are required to purchase Cengage Access. Okay. That is a course requirement. You purchase Cengage Access. That is where you're going to have access to the ebook, your assignments, your homework, quizzes, tests, projects, the works. Okay. So I'm going to basically explain what is Cengage, how to create your account in Cengage, how to access Cengage. We're going to go over the assignments tab, the gradebook tab, and the different resources available within Cengage. Okay. So it is very important that you listen to all 3 videos. That way you can have a general understanding. And if after you listen to the 3 videos you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. Okay, so I am Dr. Mercado. I'm very excited to have you in the summer session. I've been a full-time accounting instructor at STC since fall of 2014. Before moving into the education realm, I used to work in banking. I have over 13 years of banking experience with emphasis in accounting and operations. So I do have work experience. I also used to work in a maquiladora before going into banking. So, I have worked extensively. So that in combination with my education, I love what I do. I love accounting. I love to teach it. I'm looking forward to an awesome semester for you. Now, just like most of you, I did start my educational endeavors here at South Texas College back in the day with South Texas Community College. I obtained my accounting clerk certificate, and then I moved on to getting my Associates of Arts in Business Administration in 2004. Okay. Now, back in the day, STC did not offer any bachelor's program, so the only option we had was to transfer out. So I transferred out to the University of Texas Pan American, and I completed my bachelor's in accounting in 2006. I then proceeded to continue with my education, and in December of 2013, I got my master's of accountancy from the University of Texas Pan American. Okay. Now, mind you, during all of this time that I got my certificate, my associates, my bachelor's, and my master's, I was working full time. Okay, so I do know how you feel. Okay, I was working full time. I had 4 children, so I had quite a busy schedule. Taking the kids to daycare, picking them up, taking them to school. Doing all of that good stuff that we do. They get sick. I understand the responsibilities. I am a parent. Okay. So, you know, it is difficult. Yes, it is, but it is not impossible. Okay. So, during all of this time, I was working full time, going to school, sometimes full time, sometimes part time, depending on my schedule. Okay. Most of the time, I went to school part time. I was getting 2 classes, 3 classes at night. I would get out of work and then go to UTRGV and do my classes there because they didn't offer any online classes back in the day. So yes, it's challenging, but it is not impossible. And I tell my students, I'd rather you take 1 class at a time or 2 classes than not take any at all. Okay? Even if you have to take it slow, by the time you know it, you're gonna get there. Okay? So during all of this time, I was working in the banking, most of the time, and then I transitioned into working at STC, and I decided to go back to school. I had a little bit more of time available. My kids were more grown up, so I decided to go back to school and earn my PhD. So in November of 2020, I completed my Doctorate of Philosophy in Business Administration with specialization in organizational leadership. Okay, so I was the first one in my family to go to college. Okay, very proud of that. I'm the first one in my entire family, both my mother's and my father's side, to obtain a PhD. So to me, it was a great milestone, a major accomplishment, something to be very proud of. Okay, so it is very important that you set your goals, and things are going to happen throughout your life. That might maybe not stop you, but maybe just delay things a little bit. But the key is never to give up. Always continue going to school. Okay, so this is a little bit of background about myself. Okay, now You're going to have weekly tasks, okay? It is very important that you review and you print out your syllabus. I encourage all students to print out your syllabus and have it handy. In my syllabus, I'm going to have an outline of what we're going to be doing every week. What I recommend is that students mark off, they highlight, they scratch off, or whatever works for you, the items they're completing. Okay? That way they make sure that they know exactly what needs to get done for that specific week. Okay? So, review your syllabus, ensure you are aware of all of the content that will be covered each specific week, review the resources available and the assignment deadlines. Okay? Organize your time. Don't wait till the very last minute to get everything done because you're not going to get things done. Okay? This is a very fast-paced course. Okay? Read each of the assigned chapters before working on any of your assignments. If you don't read, you are going to fail. Okay? How are you going to know about the specific content if you haven't read about it? Okay? Reading needs to happen before you begin any of your assignments. I've had students email me or call me, Miss, I'm lost. Okay, where are you lost? Okay, I start asking basic questions and they have no idea what I'm talking about. Why? Because they have not read. Okay, reading needs to happen. Okay? If you call me with a question, I will try to help you. I will give you guidance. I am not going to give you the answer. Okay, I'm going to refer you to the textbook or to a specific section so you can read over that. Okay, so reading needs to happen. Please make it a habit. It's not going to take a lot of your time and you're going to get a lot out of it. Okay. I do provide PowerPoints for each of the chapters. My recommendation is that you download those PowerPoints and that you use those PowerPoints to take notes as you're reading. Okay. Review any lectures provided in Blackboard. I provide lectures. My lectures are more problem solving based. I go over specific problems, usually the more difficult problems, and I provide like tutorials on how to complete specific problems. I am not going to do that for every problem. Okay, I've selected a couple of problems and I've shown you or demonstrate how to complete those problems. Okay. Now within your homework, some of the problems also have embedded in Cengage show me how videos. Those little videos or clips are also very useful to help you understand the content and apply it to specific scenarios. Okay. After you have read the chapter, reviewed the PowerPoints, reviewed the lectures posted in Blackboard, you are ready to begin working on your assignments. Okay. Usually for every chapter, you're going to have a homework and a quiz. Okay. The quiz is going to be kind of like terminology based, multiple choice, fill in the blank questions. Okay. The homework is problem solving. Okay. The quiz is timed. The homework is not. You can take as long as you want on your homework because some of the problems are fairly long. You can save your work and resume it later. Okay. So those are basically the assignments that you're going to have. I do provide reviews for all of your exams. That way you know exactly what you need to study. I try to provide as much resources as I can for my students. That way they can succeed. Okay. I put my part. I just needed you to put your part into getting your assignments done, asking questions if you are having any kind of difficulties, meeting your deadlines, reviewing all of the material that I provide and all of the resources, and I think that you're going to do wonderful in my class. Okay. After you're done with all of that, you can begin working on your assignments. It is very important that you do not fall behind. This is a summer session, summer 1 and 2, 5 weeks, summer 3, 10 weeks. Okay. There's not a lot of room for you to make up assignments. Okay. We have a very short window. Excuse me. Okay. Now, I understand emergencies happen. Okay. If you have any type of an emergency that's going to prevent you from meeting the deadlines for a specific week, please communicate with me immediately. Okay. This can be that you're going to the hospital, that you have a sick child, that you have a sick parent you're taking care of, that you had a car accident, whatever the case might be. Okay. If you know that you have like maybe a meeting, that you're going to be traveling out of town and you need to work on your assignments beforehand, anything that you think is going to throw you off schedule, communicate with me and I will work one-on-one with each of you. Okay. Do not wait for finals week to come and tell me, Miss, will this happen in week number 1? That's why I couldn't complete my assignments. Okay. As soon as something happens, make sure that you communicate with me. I provide you with my email, my phone number where you can call or text. Pronto, you can always contact me through Pronto. You can contact me through Blackboard. There's just so many ways you can reach out to me, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Okay? So if something is happening in your life, let me know so we can work something out for you. Remember, summer 1 and 2, we only have 5 weeks. Okay? So we can't really lose a lot of time or extend those deadlines very far. Okay. Now, if you ever have any questions about the course, please feel free to contact me. Now, during the summer sessions, I do not visit my office very much, but I do provide my email. I do provide my cell phone number. You can contact me through Blackboard messages. You can contact me through Pronto. Okay. Now, the best way to communicate with me is through Blackboard messages. That way I know what course you're in, and all of the correspondence gets saved in that particular course. Okay. If you need to speak with me outside of my office hours, we can set up a date and time that works for both of us, and we can, either create a Teams meeting or a phone call or whatever works for you. Okay. During the summer session, my office hours are Mondays through Thursdays from 10 to 11 a.m. Okay. Uh, Now, I do provide my cell phone information. The only thing that I ask is not to call me past maybe 6 p.m. I've got some students calling me at the middle of the night at 1 in the morning because they're having issues with a problem or a homework assignment. More than likely by that time I will be asleep, okay? So please be courteous of my time. If you have a question, you can always text me at my mobile. Just make sure that you include your name, what class you're in, because I do have different courses. That way I can identify you. Okay, this is Maria for my Principles of Financial Accounting, or this is Juan for my Payroll Accounting. I need to know your name and the course that you're in. Okay, and if you have a specific question about an assignment or anything of that, please provide me with the details. Okay, don't just tell me, Miss, I'm lost. Okay, because I really can't help you there. Miss, I am needing help understanding this concept, or I am working on problem 4-8 of the homework for this week, and I am stuck here. Send me screenshots. That way I can look at where you're looking at. Every student gets different questions. So, the questions, the homework assignments are algorithmic. So I need to see your side of the story because I don't have access to that. Okay. So show me your question. This is the question that I'm working on. This is what I'm doing, and the system's counting it wrong. Okay. What's going on? And then I can review your work and provide some guidance. Okay. Just be very descriptive of what is it that you need from me, and I will try to respond. Okay. Now, in order to be successful in this course, students need to stay organized from day number 1. Students need to print out their syllabus, review all of their work, create their account in Cengage, all of that good stuff. Okay. I don't grant extensions to complete assignments. I don't grant makeups if you missed an assignment. We are all adults and we should adhere to the specified deadlines. Okay. All assignments are due on the designated due dates. Okay. Only if an emergency occurs, I will work with you. Okay. And an emergency is not, I had work this week. Okay. Because you knew you had work. And a lot of us work. Okay. Some of us have 1 job, some of us have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, But if you took on the responsibility to sign up for my course, it's because you knew that you had time to be able to meet the deadlines. Okay. But if there is an emergency, something out of your control that you did not anticipate, let me know and we can work something out. Okay. Maintaining communication with me is very important. That way I understand, where are you, and I can follow up with you. If I provided an extension, or if you let me know something was going on in your life, I can follow up with you. Okay. So, this is my office hours, 10 to 11 a.m. during the summers, and the best way to communicate with me is through Blackboard messages. Okay. I am looking forward to an awesome summer 2023. I hope all of you are excited and ready to get started. Remember, after you are done listening to part 1, please move on to part 2, which there I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about how the course is structured in Blackboard. Okay. I'm not going to go over specific information, just the layout. Every course is set up basically the same way. I'm not going to go over the specific content, rather just the layout of information on Blackboard. And then the third video is Cengage. How do you create your account in Cengage? How do you obtain access to your assignments and the resources provided in Cengage? So please listen to all 3 videos. Once you are done with all 3 videos, then you can proceed to working on your assignments. Okay, that is it for lecture orientation 1. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.